Coming up, Premier gave his first press conference on Saturday to media. John McCain, U.S. sixth-term senator, dies at 81. Hello there. This is OBN Voice for the People. I'm Anwar Kali with the news of the hour. In his first ever press conference he gave on Saturday to the media since he took office in April, Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed said his government is working with care to bring criminals to justice through avoiding mass arrest. He also said regarding construction of projects, said it is being worked to complete construction of mega projects, including the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, within a short period of time. Let us restart the story.
Ethiopian Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed has held press conference at his office for the first time since his inauguration. On the occasion, journalists have raised a range of questions, asked about the dalliance of government action on crimes committed in different parts of the country and over-tolerance of government in responding to lawlessness. The Premier underscored that the government is undertaking an investigation on the suspects through avoiding mass arrest.
As you all know, crime is committed secretly. Low investigative capacity is also the other problem. Whatever it is, both about the cause of Engineer Semenya Bekele's murder and the grenade explosion at Meskel Square in Finfinne City will be made public very soon. The main thing is to inform the public about the fact regarding the delays to take immediate action against lawlessness. Concerned bodies are undertaking investigation into the case, intending to arrest the suspects who took part in the crime upon completion of the investigation, instead of simply arresting mass as previous time.
Think that the poor management of projects and design is affecting development. To tackle the problem, the agreement with METEC has been suspended and transferred to other experienced company, the Premier stated, adding that 50% of the Sugar Corporation projects will be finalized within few months.
We have planned to complete construction of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam within 5 years, but we couldn't finalize it even within 7 or 8 years. We could not operate even for 2 turbines. The main cause for the adjournment are related to design and management. The others are our working culture and experience. The mega projects like the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam and sugar projects and parks are all under this case. To address the problem, we have set an investigative team. The team has made an investigation. Accordingly, we passed the decision to transfer it to the well-experienced companies.
Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed emphasized that his country would like to invite foreign investors to come and invest in the country. He also urged local investors to contribute their resource for their country.
We would work attentively to encourage investment. We need capital and experience from foreign investors. We would be committed in this regard. We would also do our level best to improve our working procedure to create conducive environment for the move. It will help us reduce unemployment problem. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed told journalists that the new education roadmap can never prevent Afan Oromo from becoming the federal working language next to Amharic. Let us raise again.
Prime Minister of Ethiopia Dr. Abiy Ahmed, while responding to the questions raised from journalists during the press conference held at PM office, especially the security problem in Ethiopian Somali region, pointed out that it was aimed at resolving the problem with high care since the problem is very complex, even beyond what is expected and planned to destabilize even the peace of the neighboring countries.
Regarding security issues, the military forces have the capacity to keep the sovereignty of the country. Concerning the police force, there are some issues that need some correction. The security issue in the Dawa town is very complex, as well as to identify the crime that happened in Jijiga prison. We've delayed the measures taken to secure the situation in Somali region needs high care because it was planned to bring chaos not in Somali region alone, but also in neighboring countries. The action taken against the Djiboutian citizens who reside in the Dawa town is an implication for the agenda set to create dispute between Ethiopia and Djibouti, but unsuccessful. The measure we took in Somali region will be sustained throughout other regions and to the federal level. The issue of the former Ethio-Somali region President Abdi Mohamed Umar will be addressed in accordance with the law. The issue of billionaire Sheikh Hussein Ali Al-Amoudi might be released from Saudi prison soon.
Asked about the number of the members of the EPRDF representation in proportion to the number of the population, Dr. Abiy said the problem is not about the number, but about the complexity of the role of the government and party. The Premier underlined that works are underway to address the problem. Asked about if the newly designed educational roadmap might hinder the plan to make Afan Oromo a national working language, the Prime Minister noted that it should never be worries and stressed the importance of being multilingual.
Regarding the education roadmap, it was researched by scholars. It is also open to public opinion. Being multilingual is of paramount importance. Previously, all regions used to learn in their mother tongue. The roadmap is aimed at improving this trend. It never prevents Afan Oromo from becoming the federal working language. It is not well experienced in Ethiopia to see senior government officials visiting homes of the poor. But Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed has done that today in Finnish City, where he visited homes of the poor in his neighboring area. Mukhtar Haji tells us more.
Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed has visited homes of poor citizens in Finnish City. The visit is mainly to show how the government is by the side of those in need and to encourage them to be a part of unity. On the visit, the Premier said he has been there to show his solidarity to the lower part of the community and to achieve his philosophy of unity along with all people of the country at different socio-economic and political levels.
We need to support the needy part of our community who are unable to go to school because of finance and realize our unity that way. I expect that a lot of people will follow same way I did, which contribute a lot to the development we deserve. I hope our new year upcoming will be the time we would realize that we deserve to have.
The Premier has called upon the public to be by the side of their fellow citizens in need. Deputy Mayor of Finnish City, Engineer Takele Oma, on his passade, the Premier and the First Lady have paid a lot to lift up Ethiopia.
The Premier and his wife have paid a lot for the unity and sovereignty of Ethiopia. We, the recent generation, need to follow the way they have been through for their country.
The needy part of the community have appreciated the best deed of the Premier and his partners.
Welcome back. Now to the news from abroad. America lost one of the top politicians it has, John McCain. Tributes from former U.S. presidents and across the political spectrum have poured in for Republican Senator John McCain, who died aged 81. Barack Obama, who beat him to the White House in 2008, said they shared a fidelity to something higher. George W. Bush described him as a patriot of the highest order. President Donald Trump, whom Mr. McCain had strongly criticized, tweeted his deepest sympathies to Mr. McCain's family, but did not comment on his life. Sources quoted by U.S. media said Mr. Trump would not be invited to the funeral, and the current administration would probably be represented by Vice President Mike Pence. Former Presidents Obama and George W. Bush are expected to give eulogies. Mr. McCain was diagnosed with an aggressive brain tumor in July last year and had been undergoing treatment. But on Friday, his family announced that he had decided to discontinue that treatment. A statement from his office on Saturday said Mr. McCain died in Arizona, surrounded by family members, the BBC reported. John McCain, the Vietnam veteran of the U.S. who fought there and was a fighter and also a prisoner of war, and he passed away. We also wish them sympathy. Thanks for watching. Have a good time. Up next comes the pick of the week. I'll be back with that. Don't go away.